Great job with your ers earlier class. Today we're going to be talking about something a little different. So we have been talking about closed syllables earlier. In a closed syllable, the vowel says which of its sounds? Good, it's first one. So vowels, when we talk about the different vowel sounds, the second sound, if you say all those vowels, their second sound, it's the same as their name, as the letter name. So a, oh, its second sound is A. At E, its second sound is E. At I-E, its second sound is I. So we're going to talk about a way that a vowel can say its second sound or its name. It can't do that for no reason. It can't just want to say its name and then do it. There has to be something that lets it say its name. And one of those things, you know, if you were at our school last year, is what we call a silent final E, job 1. All right, so let's take a look at how that would work. Let's start by spelling the word cap. I put my cap on because it was cold outside. What sounds do we hear in the word cap? Good, it's k, a, p. Right, so go ahead and write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, class, what do I need to write to spell cap? All right, so tell me what I need to write to spell cap. Good. And if we needed to use line letter K, I would have told you. So use K. What's next? Good. And last? Okay, so we'll say our sounds and put them together. Good, it's K, A, cap. All right, if I add a silent final E, that is going to change the sound that my vowel is making. So we call it a silent final E because it's silent, which means you don't hear it in the word. It's final, which means it's at the end, right? And E because it's an E. All right, so I'm going to write this word again, except I'm going to add a silent final E. So I'm going to write my K. Now what I did was I added an E here at the end, and silent final E makes the vowel say its name. So instead of saying a, this is going to say what now? Good, it's going to say A. So let's put these letters together and see what our word says now. Good, right, now we don't say anything for this because its job is just changing the vowel sound. Remember, it's silent, right? So, but now that our A is saying A, it's K, A, cape, right? And there's a way that we mark this when we're doing spelling words. So usually when we start our spelling lessons, I would say, does this need a marking? And you would just shake your head. Now this, anytime our vowel says its name, we're going to underline it, right? When we see that underline, it lets us know that vowel is saying its name. When we are marking our silent final E job 1, we're also going to underline the P. The reason is because a silent final E job 1 will not work if there's not a consonant between our silent final E and the vowel. The E has to jump over the consonant to make the vowel say its name, so it can't work without that consonant, and so that's part of the group. But without that consonant, silent final E couldn't do its job. Then when we get to our E, we're going to double underline it. Double underlining lets us know this is silent, so we wouldn't say it if we were speaking. All right, and we put a little one right next to it because that's a silent final E job 1. There's 6 different things that silent final E can do, but this is its first job, and this is one of the most common ways that we'll have a vowel saying its name is because there's a silent final E that's making it say its name. All right, we saw that with a. Let's try it with an I, E now. All right, we're going to write the word rid. Class, what are we going to write? Good, rid. And what sounds do we hear in the word rid? Good, it's r, I, d. All right, write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, class, tell me what I need to write to spell rid. Good, r, I. Good, d. Make sure we're starting that in the correct spot. All right, and you probably know this word from getting rid of something, right? Rid. Now, but I am going to use a silent final E. That's going to change the vowel, and we're going to see what my word is after I've made this say its name instead of its first sound. So I'm going to write it like I had written it before. This isn't going to be saying I though. What's it going to be saying? Good, it's going to be saying I. And we'll add our silent final E. Then I'll go back and mark it. Does this need a marking? What about this? When we're doing our spelling rules, marking our words, there's something fun you can do. This means an underline. So if I say, does this need a marking and it needs an underline, you can just show me this. And I'll like, oh, you're right, I've got to underline it. How about this? Good, this needs to be underlined as well because it is part of our silent final E job 1 group. This E couldn't do its job if it didn't have that consonant there. So we need to underline it. And how am I going to mark this? That's another fun thing. We do a double underline, silent final E, job 1. So let's read what our new word is. Right, so instead of rid, it's ride. Ride. I like to ride my bicycle. All right, let's see it with another vowel. Now we'll start with the word hop. The bunny likes to hop. What sounds do we hear in the word hop? Good, it's ah. All right, so write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, now tell me what I need to write to spell hop. Good. Make sure you start the p at the dotted line. So now we're going to use a silent final E. So that would make our vowel not say ah. Silent final E would make the vowel say its name, which is what? Oh, all right. So let's see what we have when we write that. All right. So we'll go ahead and mark it as well. So we put this silent final E on hop, so that's going to change our vowel. This we don't need to mark. How about this? Good, we need to underline it because it's saying its name. And how about this? Good, we're also going to underline it because we need it there for the silent final E to work. And how about this? Good, we're going to double underline our silent final E, job 1. And I hope you can see that I'm making sure I put that little 1 right by where I'm double underlining my letter. All right, we'll do, let's see. We'll just do one word for our you, oo, but just a reminder, so you, when we say it, you can kind of hear that we say the first sound. The second and third sounds we say close together, and then there's a little gap and then the fourth sound. So I always say you, oo. That is because you and oo are both considered names of you. So it has its first sound, which we know it says in a closed syllable. And sometimes it says its fourth sound, but its second and third sounds, you and oo, we consider both of those to be its name. So it's like you is its full name, and then oo is like its nickname. It's like the you, but with the ya taken off. All right, so you, oo has two different names or two sounds it could make with a silent final E, but we're just going to do one now. All right, so we're going to write the word cub. What are we going to write? Good. The bear cub was with his mom, cub. So what sounds do we hear in cub? Good, it's k, b. All right, excellent job. So I want you to write those sounds and say them while you write them. All right, what do I need to write to spell cub? Good. And good, b. All right, so I'm going to use a silent final E to make my you, oo say something, say one of its names. All right. So I'm going to rewrite what I had. But I'm going to add a silent final E. Right? So now I'm going to mark it. This I don't need to mark. How am I going to mark this? Good, underline. And here, right, we'll underline that one time as well. And how about this? Good, we're going to double underline right here, silent final E, job 1. All right, so we had cub before. Let's see what word we have now that we added that silent final E. Right, it's cube, cube, cube. I put a cube of ice in my water, cube. So if you're at our school before, then you know about silent final E and what it does. And this was a review. If you weren't at our school before, maybe you learned something new that our silent final E can do.